You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters. Well, in case you do not realize this, the scouting combine starts today. There should be some measurements going on, all that sort of thing. I haven't decided yet if I might go live during some of the workouts. I haven't decided yet. Maybe during the quarterbacks. I haven't decided. I'll think about that. Make sure you hit subscribe and make sure you resubscribe if you got unsubscribed by YouTube. So there's going to be stories coming out of the combine, and this is where I've said this is where a lot of business gets done. All right. The combine is a big, let's talk a bunch of shop amongst these GMs, personnel people, scouting. Trades are done amongst teams at the scouting combine. Businesses is, and one of the things, couple of things, Dillion Gabriel, his days with the Browns very likely are numbered. All right. Because it looks, of the three quarterbacks, Watson and Shedeur Sanders and Dillion Gabriel kind of looks like the odd man out right now. And we got some of this going on. The scouting combine has started. It's already coming out. The Browns are going to draft a quarterback sometime in this draft. They're going to draft a quarterback, and there's two in particular. One I'm going to bring up, and another one that's already being brought up otherwise. So right here, this came by way of the Sporting News and Zach Jackson of The Athletic. The Browns are expected to scout quarterbacks at the NFL Scouting Combine. Quote, the Browns will talk with quarterback prospects in Indianapolis and talk with other teams too about potential trades, Jackson writes. This report from Jackson clearly indicates the Browns are scouting quarterbacks and eyeing potential starters this offseason. Shedeur Sanders was the starter to close out the 2025 season, and while he didn't exactly show undisputed proof that he deserves to be the unquestioned starter, in 2026 he showed enough potential to deserve a chance. With the Browns set to evaluate quarterbacks this offseason, Sanders' odds to be the starter next season are far from guaranteed. While there's no guarantee, even before any quarterback additions, the odds that he's a starter if an outside quarterback is added would be significantly diminished. I don't know about that. All right? Do I think he did enough to be handed the job? No. No, but he flashed. Did he flash enough to be in the competition? Yeah, depending on who you can get. All right? But they may draft a late-round guy, and it may not put Shedeur's job at jeopardy unless he comes into camp and just shows his ass. Now, here's the problem. All right? They're going to be looking at a couple of guys. And it's a couple of guys that very well that had big names at one time in college. Okay? The Cleveland Browns are actively exploring ways to upgrade their quarterback room, and the process could come at the expense of recent third-round pick Dillion Gabriel. He looks like the odd man out, folks. Cleveland holds 2 first-round selections and 10 picks total in the upcoming draft. While the Browns are not expected to target a quarterback early, it's believed that they could address the position on day 2 or day 3. One potential name to watch is Penn State's Drew Allar. Guys, Drew Allar at one time was thought to have been a top 5 pick. I shit you not. Not before last season, which he got hurt and only played, I think, 6 games. We'll look in a sec. But the year before, he was considered going to be a top 10, top 5 NFL quarterback pick. And then he started having some struggles. And at one point, I know he was trying to get some eligibility because he got hurt this year, but I guess he didn't get granted it because he's going to be at the scouting combine. At 6'5", with prototypical size and arm strength, he's got a freaking sniper rifle. This dude has a cannon. If immediately when he walks in, if the Browns draft him, he would walk into the locker room with far and away the strongest arm. Far and away the strongest arm. Big dude. He's widely projected to be a mid-round pick, but if Cleveland views him as a long-term prospect worth investing in, it could open the door to shopping Gabriel. Quote, as for drafting Allar, I'm all for taking developmental quarterbacks and seeing where it might lead. Browns insider Mary Kay Cabot said, if the Browns find one they like, perhaps they will want to see what they could get for 2025 third-rounder Dillion Gabriel. I'm going to tell you, Drew Allar's name got brought up during Tony Rizzo's show today, too. The RBS show, not his show. But with Tony Grossi on there, Drew Allar came up. So Drew Allar's floating around with the Browns right now. This is his career. Played in plenty of games, 45 games, over 1,000 attempts. Love it. 63% completion. Okay. 7,400 yards. Okay. 61 touchdowns, 13 picks. I love that. And again, let's just go over here to Draft Buzz. 6'5", 235. The kid's a monster. They got him ranked as the 6th highest quarterback on the board. And I've got to be honest with you, after Cade Klubnik's season I just watched, I'd have Drew Allard ahead of Cade Klubnik. I would. Man, it's hard to believe Miller Moss fell off that much. He was going to be such a well thought of guy, and then it kind of went south at USC, and he ended up at Louisville. But then I'm going to bring you over here to Carson Beck. Now, guys, this is right here. Todd Monken served as the Georgia Bulldogs offensive coordinator, quarterbacks coach, 2020 to 2022. Here's Carson Beck right here. 2020, 2021, 2022. Georgia. He's been around Todd Monken plenty. And you see right here, NFL Draft Buzz has got Carson Beck ranked higher than Klubnik or Drew Allar. They got him ranked as the 4th quarterback in the draft overall. And, Carson Beck, he's got real good size. 6'4", 220. He's got a good arm. He's got pretty decent mobility. It's kind of odd. He actually sort of, his build and the way he looks on the field, he kind of has a Deshaun Watson kind of vibe when he's out there. Not the creepy, Chester the Molester vibe, but just him actually playing football on the field. Kind of the same build, slender but tall. Got a pretty good arm. Not nearly the arm Drew Allard's got, but a damn good arm. Of course, Drew Allar, cold weather, Penn State, Cleveland, something to think about. And here's the clear-cut thing you want to ask yourself here. Is Carson Beck or Drew Allar as a draft prospect clearly cut better than Dillion Gabriel when Dillion Gabriel was coming out? The answer would be yes. If for no other reason, arm strength and actual prototypical football size. No doubt. So if you get a chance to get either one of those guys, you get rid of Dillion Gabriel. If you can get a 6th or a 7th for Dillion, let him go. Let him go. Don't even think about it. He's too small. It didn't work out. Is that necessarily Gabriel's fault? Maybe not. But it didn't work out. Trade him to Atlanta. Kevin Stefanski loves him. Seriously. Tell me what you think. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.